So after the sour taste of the British Grand Prix, I'm now 25 points behind the new championship leader, Charles Leclerc. Now, can we bounce back here at Belgium, the 10th round of the season? Time's running out to close that 25-point gap and win my first Drivers' Championship in this series. But speaking of the previous video, both Norris and Sainz unhappy about contact at British Grand Prix. So, to be honest, I actually knew that Sainz didn't have. This is true. I actually, until I looked at the replays after the race, that replay was from after the race, I didn't actually know he had damage as well. So, I thought it was just going backwards because, he's not been in great form. As for the other incident, I did know he had damage because I saw his end plate go off, but obviously, and obviously he followed me into the pit lane at that time. It's unfortunate, but, he did lose the car, contact the car. Sainz said it would be dealt with internally. What that is. Red Bull obviously making him toe the party line, especially with those rumours. But Norris, of course, had a sulk basically in front of the media, but he was pulled away before McLaren's representative, adding rumours that I'm replacing them for season 4 for 2027, which of course will not happen on this channel, but hypothetically in the game, But anyways, we move to R&D then, and we've got 910 R&D points to spend. Could do a minor drag reduction as well, but the one I really want to do is major weight redistribution. Minor weight redistribution costs more. We've got minor tyre wear too. That's not really going to do much. Tyre wear in this game is awful for the player compared to the AI, but I can't rush it, so it's going to have to wait until Monza, unfortunately, but it is going to be a major one as well. There's also a 30% failure chance, so if I rushed it, it'd be 55%, I believe. So, with no upgrades, we've been jumped by Aston Martin. It's not great, the fact that we've got, when we moved to being the fastest team in Canada, I thought hopefully we could move, but McLaren have just turned up a notch now. Aston Martin have arrived, Ferrari have brought upgrades too. Pretty much all the teams had a huge couple of upgrades there for Haas as well, as they move to the top of the midfield. So, yes, we're going to move to sprint quality because, of course, Belgium is unfortunately a sprint race weekend on this game. First lap on the mediums, of course, because it's medium compound tyres at the start of this qualifying for me, because when you get one set of softs, the short qualifying, that was good enough for P7. I did a soft tyre run, which put me P5, 6 cents behind George Russell. As well, took pole. Alonso showing those upgrades working well for him at his Aston, but Albon P3. So Williams getting in the mix, even though they are a lowly team these days, and there's a whole load of mixture. Norris having a shocker down in P13. If only Leclerc would have a shocker, but he's up here as well. Now, race strategy, the game offered me a difference between softs and sots, so I decided to choose mediums instead. Now, I'll explain why I chose mediums. The soft tyre, A, is probably going to go off. It'll be like, in the end, trying to go run round with, bits of cheese attached to your car. Yeah, so I'm going to go mediums. Leclerc is also on mediums, as you saw briefly there from the race director. This will allow me to have better tyre wear at the end. I can save soft tyres for the race if we need it for a late safety car, but medium hard is probably going to be the race strategy for the Grand Prix anyway. Private lights, the sprint race, and the way we're going is actually just a sprint race of 5 laps, and it's a good start, better than Leclerc. That's crucial to gain points on my nearest championship charger. I'm going to try and get, trying to get past Alonso and Albon, can't do it there. On board with Oscar Piastri, I believe this is, as well. He's going to go down the inside of there. He's made contact with Sainz, that is, as well. So pits on it might have been me actually, I don't know, but I didn't actually notice him hitting me, as well as Albon's had a not an unideal entrance there, and I'm just going to get both of them. I can't be stuck behind Alonso and Albon. I need to make the most of this and try and close that 8/10 gap to George Russell. I need as many points as possible at these races to close that 25-point gap. That is now whopper down to Charles Leclerc as well. But here's on board with Albon, and Albon, he lost out to Leclerc, and then he went and lost out to Piastri as well. So Albon not having the greatest of starts in the Williams as well. Now Alonso is going to hold on a little bit more for DRS, but fortunately, I mean, Ferrari have got their illegal power unit in there from 2019, but it's not quite as powerful as you think it is, because Aston Martin's Honda engine is going to come back at Leclerc with DRS. So that is interesting to see the Honda engine doing so well. And that's also Albon coming back at Piastri. Piastri is also another medium runner in this sprint. So interesting to see that there. You know, Albon's tyres haven't just died. But, you know, obviously the soft tyres of the AI, if I went on softs, then the tyres definitely would die. Sainz is struggling. He's down in P8, not doing that great behind Yuki Tsunoda. Piastri then coming back at Alex Albon round the outside, turning inside the next corner. It's a textbook manoeuvre as well. But yes, that was pretty much it. Leclerc didn't really threaten. He only really threatened at the end of the race. You can see here the mediums was the best choice, 23% on the rears on the mediums. So imagine how poor it would have been on the soft tyres. But it's P2, it's not the maximum amount of points, but yeah, hopefully Russell, you know, we can look at that, you know, trying to catch Russell. He was on the soft tyres, obviously, compared to my mediums, only 0.3 difference, so I'll definitely take that. But Leclerc was faster, that's alarming. But bear in mind, of course, as I say, a legal power unit, in my opinion. So yeah, back to the conventional part of the weekend, and it's time for qualifying. And just like in the sprint qualifying, I actually just did the one run. I'd actually on soft tyres. I didn't bother doing a tyres run at the start of the session, opting to save a set of soft tyres if I need it for the race. You only get the 2 sets of softs for qualifying instead of the usual 3 in a sprint weekend as well. There's a little bit of slipstream there from McLaren. Who does move out of the way kindly as well. Piastri's down here. Sainz is out, a shocker. And I think both of them I think Piastri is on the lap. I think that might have been Norris that moved over. But Sainz is having an absolute shocker. He's finished his lap. It's a purple first sector for me. So the pace is there on the soft tyres as well. But Sainz is having a shocking weekend as well. And Piastri does indeed move up. Russell sets the fastest lap. He's really starting to enjoy that Mercedes as well. But Sainz has finished his lap, and if I haven't set a lap yet, so presumably, hopefully, I'm not going to be down here with Sainz, because otherwise we're going to be both Red Bulls at the back of the back of the grid. You know, that would be disastrous for us, especially in the constructors. You know, if we work together, we can beat Ferrari, because Ferrari can't be top from McLaren as well. McLaren have got a decent showing. But if we work together, we can beat Ferrari and Leclerc. But we have to work together. And Sainz being down in P18 is silly not good enough. Anyway, this magnificent track, whoever decided to put this on a rotation contract, there is a place reserved in hell for you. We're going to go into the bus stop here. A little bit twitchy there. The bus stop, not very good at the bus stop, never have been, probably never will be. Up to the line, what will be a 44.2, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is P5. So I'll definitely take that as well. The gap leans have grown a little bit to Russell as well. They're both Astons up here. Ocon's up here, demonstrating the superiority of the Ferrari illegal engine too. Hadjar P7, that's a great job from Hadjar. I don't think we've actually seen him in the top 10 at all in this career mode. His AI, as I said, is underrated compared to what he's done in real life. A shocker for Antonelli though, P15. A real shocker for Sainz. He'll start 19th. Time for the race.
With 5 races remaining, we're still in with a chance of taking the Constructors' Championship. The team needs a result from you today.
Because of Carlos's poor qualifying. Anyway, Russell has taken a grid penalty, which means that I'm up to P4, but it does mean that Leclerc will have pole position, which is not great. So, you know, there is that caveat. Hopefully we can beat Leclerc today. Race strategy is a bit interesting. Do I go hards or do I start mediums? It seems that a lot of people are starting on a mixture of softs and mediums. So, yeah, we're going to start on the mediums, move to the hard tyres, play it safe while I'm up here too. 5 lights then for the Belgian Grand Prix. The way we go, and there's a better start than Tsunoda there, who's on the soft tyre. We're going to try and get in front of Ocon. And Leclerc too. Leclerc locks up. I saw a bit of smoke there. And from Leclerc, locking up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you go from 4th to 1st with the 2025 cars as well. As we're watching the replay, then the 2 McLarens, and that's the yellow banana of the Renault car stuck in between them and a little bit of contact. And that's Ocon getting past Charles Leclerc. Go on, Esteban. Of course, Esteban, no Ferrari contract for him, unlike Ollie Behrman. Meanwhile, further a little bit back, that is Isaac Hadjar. I did think this would happen. His AI is being mullered, basically, and he is struggling. He's lost out to Alonso. He's now going to lose out to George Russell, who's sort of trying to charge through the field after taking pole position. Meanwhile, and Haas have told Ocon to let Leclerc buy so that they can have a cheaper engine deal for next year. As I was saying, there was that Renault of Pierre Gasly. He is out of the race with an engine failure. Of course, he was that 3 moment, the 2 McLarens at the start of the race. So yes, back to my POV. Leclerc having a go out the inside the bus stop at turn 15. Sorry, excuse me, on lap 3. Yeah, here's a replay of this. Just trying to lose in the back end there, which is not great. And then Ocon decides to, you know what, we can do. We didn't do it without Ferrari, and moves back in front of Leclerc. And that is Alonso getting past his teammate as well. So Tsunoda was starting to be a bit of a bottleneck on those soft tyres as well, and Alonso's got past him on the medium. So Alonso's the one that is up to P4 in the lead Aston Martin in this race now. I haven't seen too much of them since I left them at the end of season 2 as well. I still have fastest lap. Now, interestingly, you might be wondering, well, why are they not attacking me down the Kemmel Straight? Well, look, I gained 3 tenths through the bus stop, and I've gained another 3 tenths on the and then 3 tenths through turn 1. So I'm more than a second in front. That is due to the traction of slow speed corners for the AR in this game compared to the play. It is a joke. But Leclerc is still able to get DRS because his car is, well, I mean, the Haas, for example, it's got a very fast engine, but it's got nothing else, basically. So it's like a very fast potting shed, for example. The Ferrari has got a lot more, so it's got a lot more speed through the corner. Remember, both Ferraris were second and third, and Leclerc was giving me a right go run for my money at Monaco. So yes, I was losing anyway. I was not getting as much traction out because of the slow speed corner, so I thought it was time to make a change onto the hard tyres as well. I think that is one of the McLarens is in as well, and one of the Audis too. Right. Yeah, both of them really having a shocker, which is going to hurt their championship time. I'm going to have to now defend from Alex Albon. I do not want to be losing out to Albon. You know, it's not Albon, it's Colapinto, excuse me. You know, that Williams is sort of half improved, half hasn't. I don't know what they're doing in terms of upgrades really, but I'm going to have to defend and squeeze Colapinto to the right hand side as well. And next up will be Jack Doohan. On the road to Pouhon, it's unorthodox as we go over that bump that they still haven't fixed as well. But here's a replay then of, you know, just much fresher tyres and a much faster car and just able to blast past the Australian. That is Charles Leclerc, and someone will be waiting to greet Leclerc. There's me going past, and there, that's right, that's Jack Doohan. going past. I mean, Leclerc will just blast past him anyway on the Kemmel Straight, so we don't need to really focus on that. And do him, of course, make his pit stop there as well. Ocon, though, he is extended, so he is on the soft tyres now. Norris has also split the Astons, so Norris has had a good second half of the pit stop. Also, a lot further behind, we've got the two Audis having a right fight for P10. Hulkenberg on the Haas compared to Bortoleto mediums. Hadjar sadly has fallen out of the points, and is alongside Sainz there. And that is Alonso on a go at Charles Leclerc. Go on, Fernando. Do it for your ex-teammate. As well. Meanwhile, Norris is having a go at Alonso, as Alonso then got overtaken by both Ocon and Leclerc, which left me in this. Sorry, not Ocon and Leclerc. That's Tsunoda that's overtook Leclerc. But yeah, Tsunoda's now falling out. Ocon is starting to be a bit rapid on those soft tyres. You can see this overtake here. So, those soft tyres. I mean, you can't actually get past at that corner though. Tsunoda with a great bit of defending to keep on for P3. Hopefully for Tsunoda, he just needs to wear those soft tyres out. Norris is having a go at Ocon too, as I need now to focus on Leclerc. He's having a go. This is where he's been most dangerous in the run up to the bus stop, but he wasn't able to get it there, and he's not quite close enough. I'm able to use a bit more my ERS on the final lap because I don't have to think about the Kemmel Straight. And then obviously around the final corner, I'm able to have traction anyway. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the second victory of the season. Exactly what this championship charge needed. Beating Leclerc. It would have been. I would like to have him finished P2, but nevertheless, I can't pick who finishes P2. We just need to focus on me finishing P1 and doing the best that I can do. I'm really happy though with picking up the victory.
A difficult race then on one of the all-time classic circuits, but they've persevered to take the win here today.
To overcome the difficult circumstances they face throughout this race today, it's not easy, and it really shows a lot of maturity, and you can use this, you can draw on this as a driver moving forward and boost your confidence through the rest of the championship.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
I had concerns that we wouldn't be fast enough, but in the end, I think the fact that the AI had not great for the slow speed corners at the bus stop and through turn 1, that definitely helped today. There are concerns about the next track though, Monza. More info on that on Friday. But yes, P1 today though, that's very good. It's unfortunate that Leclerc finished P2. I need him to, I took 8 points out of him in the end over the weekend. Sadly, it's just really not good. It's not enough, but it's the right direction. We just need a little bit more there. Sainz, I need him to be up here too. I need him to be in between me and Leclerc. That's realistic. Hadjar, unfortunate there, and Behrman, both of them getting top 10 qualifying. Sadly, not able to convert that into any points today. But yeah, it is a 17-point advantage now. Norris is sort of now out of the picture, 34 points behind. He needs both of us to have collisions like we did, and he needs to win the race really to be right back in it. Piastri's sort of also. The others are also really out of it too. So it's becoming a 2-horse race. Constructors is still a 3-horse race with 33 points behind Ferrari now. We do need Leclerc up here scoring those points. We haven't done. I'd love to have a 1-2. Sainz. He hasn't scored in 4 races since winning his home Grand Prix. I also need the likes of Piastri and Norris to get up here as well. They've had 1 podium in 4 races, which if McLaren, and they've had 3 times they've not been out of the points. Canada, none of them win the points, but part of that was due to collisions with me. But for McLaren today, 5th and 7th, not the greatest results. Ocon in his the world's fastest shed got P4 today. You know, P5 at Silverstone. He's having the Haas is really starting to become a bit of a problem as well, even though it's not quite there on the chassis side. Engine side, you know, it's got those upgrades from Ferrari, and that is a concern. And that's going to be a concern when we go to Ferrari's home race at Monza. That episode will be out on Friday, so make sure you hit that subscribe button to and the notification bell to not miss that one. After that, Baku, I didn't get around to recording that because of what happened, partly because of what happened in Italy, and also I just ran out of time over the weekend. So apologies about that, but Baku and Singapore will be out next week. Then it'll be USA, Mexico, and then I think 100% race at Brazil to round out this series. I don't quite know what that's going to look like yet, because whether I do 100% the sprint race or not, whether I don't really want to do 100% sprint. I just want to do 100% Grand Prix as well. So I'll have to wait and see. I'll have to see if it will let me do that. If it doesn't, then it will just be the normal, unfortunately. But that will be it for this career mode. Obviously, F1 26 DLC hasn't yet been announced, so I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen between the Brazil and F1 26 DLC coming out. There's one video, which is the channel update video, that's probably I've been working on slightly in the background with a list. Other than that, you know, that's it. So if you've got any ideas of stuff you want to see, like Project Motorsport or the Crew Motorsport, me exploring that new island, let me know in the comments below, because obviously I think there will be a gap of about a couple of weeks, maybe even more if it's been delayed, before F1 26 DLC comes out. So yes, but all that's left for me is to say huge thank you for spending almost, I think this one's a little bit longer because the sprints are half an hour, almost 25 minutes of your time watching this video today. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, you see plenty more F1 25 drive career videos and F1 26 DLC content. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.